This is the number one mistake that athletes make post-show. And if you do it, it's going to ruin your entire freaking season and maybe the rest of your competition career. I'm talking about as soon as you're done, no matter how you placed, within the days, the weeks after the show, you ditch, you bail, you quit, you fire your coach. And it's one of the biggest things that happen in this industry, and it happens all the time. I've had athletes straight up win their events, win all the way across the board, every single class they did. A couple days later say, hey, yeah, I think I'm good. And it blows my mind. And then, of course, I've seen, throughout the industry, many, many other athletes with other coaches doing the same thing. And ultimately, it makes no sense. And I want to explain to you why this happens, what it means, and how you can honestly avoid making dramatic, serious mistakes post-show by understanding exactly what's going on with your body, your mind, everything after that. So competition in general, competing, right? It is a very finite and focused goal. You get yourself a coach, you get yourself a plan, you got steps to execute training, nutrition, cardio, water, sodium, food, sleep, whatever it is, and you're executing for weeks, months at a time. You're going all the way, every step, every check in, every week, trying to watch the scale do this, trying to see if your physique is doing that, trying to make sure that you can push yourself. And your focus becomes 100% on, I got to be here by stage day, okay? And you work hard, you push, you keep revving, you keep going, you keep the engine going. And then as soon as show day shows up, you get there and then you do it and then it's over. Right? And this is the part that messes with so many people. So many people don't realize that when the stage is over, that's the first step in your actual journey, no matter where you're at, right? Like that is just one step, maybe the first time you ever compete, maybe the first literal step. And now you still have a lot of other things to do, but the goal is gone, right? And when people have that mindset, they have, oh, this is the one-off, this is the stage day, this is what I'm going to do. Well, as soon as it's over, your brain goes retreat mode. You go running all different ways. Not to mention your hormones are kind of, probably all over the place from competing and having this focus for so long. Your hunger is all over the freaking place, right? Your emotions all over the freaking place. You're rebounding. You're gaining weight back. You're stepping on a scale. Your focus has changed. You had a post-comp cheat meal. You feel terrible now. All these heavy, heavy things that can influence your thoughts, influence your emotions, and make you make mistakes. And I've seen it a lot. I'll tell you what, from the experience, of working with many athletes over time, the true difference between an athlete that will be ultra successful and go to the top and ones that will come dabble in the sport for a little bit, might do okay and be out of here forever, is going to be what you do post-show. It's going to be what you do in the improvement season. It's going to be what you do in the off season. And, I fortunately work with my athletes, most of them 365 days a year. If I know an athlete is coming to me just for a show prep, I won't even do it. I won't even coach that person. I will say, you know what? Sorry. If you want to hire someone for 12 weeks, go do that. I build people to be fucking weapons on stage. I build you to be your best. And I'm here to work with your health, your wellness, your longevity, everything in the sport. And I'm not doing 12 weeks of dieting with you to see you go flutter off and do the wrong things after, right? So like if I can avoid it, that's the ideal thing. If somebody quits post-show, what am I going to do, right? And that does come up. Just like I said, I've had people literally win the entire things, and then they'll come up with some reason they got to dip after, and I know it's all emotions, and I know it's all thoughts, and I know it's a mistake, and it irks me every single time that happens. But if you've been doing this as long as me and you've been doing it at the level I've been doing it, then that's just what comes up and it comes with it. But to further explain what you're going to go through, right? You go through a very dramatic dip post stage, no matter how you did. And granted, yes, you may do very well at a competition, or you may not do as well, or you may do somewhere in the middle. It doesn't matter. Competing is this sport where everything, I often say it's the only sport in the world where, you might say, for example, basketball, dribble the ball, you shoot the ball, goes in the hoop, point gets scored, you got points. In bodybuilding, with competing, you can do that. You can dribble the ball, you can shoot, it can go in the hoop, and then the judges say, we don't care about those points. We like those points better. And that's what this literal sport is about. It is about the subjectiveness. It is about, the assessments. It is about how any show can go any which way. I've had athletes, go get fifth at a show one weekend. We compete another weekend later. They win the overall. Do you think anything changed in that time? Do you think I literally transformed them like a unicorn in 7 days? No, it was bringing the same physique to a different stage in a different lineup, different judges, and it went a different way that day. So very important to remember, no matter how you're going to place, you can do very well. You could do maybe not so good. You could do somewhere in the middle. Every single time post stage, you're going to dip because, you've been building up to the moment. You've been going on this adrenaline. You've been revved on the engine. You've had a very finite focus for the goal. And then it's freaking over no matter what, right? And I set very good strategic planned phases with my athletes where I say, hey, post comp, here's what we're doing. I want you to take a couple days, enjoy yourself, relax, pull back a little bit if you need to. We'll be back in the gym Monday if you want. We'll be back to the diet Monday if you want. But either way, we got goals, we got plans, we got things we're working on. The next phase, what's the next show? What are we doing now? Are we going into build mode? I have strategically built these things out as part of my coaching process, right? But a lot of competitors, for whatever reason, as soon as the stage is done, they say, oh, that's it. That's all it is, right? And, it can come down to a lot of things. There's a lot of things that come into it. And competitors, sometimes they get on stage, they're unhappy with how they performed. They're unhappy with how they posed. They're unhappy with how they executed, maybe show day food. They're unhappy with how they executed their entire peak week, or maybe things they didn't do or didn't even communicate to their coach. And all of this kind of stuff builds up, right? And then boom, they, instead of face it, talk about it, do those things, they jump ship, and they go on. But the biggest problem with this is when you do that, you sabotage everything. You've destroyed almost all the progress you've made by that point, jumping ship, because, you had a coach that was working with you a good period of time, good working with you through a prep, got you to stage, no matter how you did. That coach has a lot of data, a lot of good information, a lot of good work, a lot of good effort has gone in, a lot of understanding of you, your physique, how things work, what didn't work, all this stuff that comes into play for designing a successful program, right? And I think it goes without saying, by the way, if you have a shitty coach, forget everything I'm saying, right? Like that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about when you have good coaching, good things are happening, and then, competitors still run out at the end, which does happen a lot. But that as soon as you do that, you're resetting your entire system. You think, okay, well, I'll get another coach, or I'll do this myself, or I'll do this and that. You start that whole process over, right? And a lot of competitors do kind of get in their mind where they say, okay, well, I've been doing this for certain weeks. I've been doing this for certain weeks. I know how to train now. I know how to diet now. Okay, great. Well, most of my clients are also coaches, and they have their own teams, and they coach their own athletes. I still coach them because at the end of the day, to be your best athlete, you got to have a coach. You want to have a coach. There's no sport in the world, any of you that like any other sport, football, baseball, whatever it is, you can't tell me any of them are out there without coaches. In fact, most of them have multiple coaches for different things to perfect their craft. And, bodybuilding is no different. It's not like all of a sudden, Tom Brady, he goes, I think that I got this. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I'll just do it all myself. It doesn't happen. It'd be ridiculous if you heard that. But bodybuilders do this every other day. They say, oh, I know how to eat protein now. I'm good. Oh, I know when I need post-comp nutrition. I'm good. Oh, I know how to do a barbell squat. I'm good. It's the wrong idea. It's the wrong move. It doesn't actually do anything, right? And then you rebuild from scratch at that point. When you get rid of your coach, when you go to a new approach, or you even hire another coach, now you got to start with another coach. They got to learn everything about you. It's going to be trial and error there. And I promise you this, it's crazy is a lot of times when I have clients that do this to me post-show, they dip, they abandon the plan, the process, the things we were going to do. They will circle back. They will come back. And sometimes it's 6 months later. Sometimes it's 3 months. Sometimes it's 30 days. Sometimes it's 3 years. But a lot of times I hear from those same athletes coming back saying, okay, well, I tried the other thing. I thought the grass would be greener on the other side. I tried this and that. I should have stuck with what was working. And that's the end game truth. If you got a coach that's working with you, things are working, you're getting results, things are getting better, counter to placings or not, because placings can go any which way, but you're getting better. You're feeling good. You feel supported. You got the guidance. You got everything you need. Then don't make the mistakes in the post-show window where, emotions are high. You're panicking. You're freaked out. You don't know what the next thing is. You don't want to see the scale go up. You don't want to do this and that. You want to run out, or maybe you feel ashamed with how you did, whatever it is. You want to do this, okay? Take notes. Do this. Stay consistent. Stay on track, okay? Don't go any wild which way. Don't go all different places. You've been doing one thing for a certain amount of time, 12, 16 weeks at least leading up to a prep. You want to make sure you stay consistent going out of that. You don't want to just jump ship and say, I'm done, I'm good, I'm off season now, I don't need nutrition, I don't need training, I don't need that. No, you need coaching, you need a reverse diet, you need guidance, you need help, you need all of that. Trust the process post-stage, right? You want to make sure that you know what's coming next and that you have trust in actually just doing the thing and seeing it through. It's not a switch you flip, and neither was prep. The moment you decide you want to compete, you didn't think you were going to be on stage a day later, and the moment you decide to go improvement season, off season, it's the same thing. You got to allow that process to happen. If you got to build muscle, you got to improve condition, you got to do this and that, it's going to take more time, it's going to take more effort, it's going to take more drive, and you do not want to mess that up. Talk to your coach. Big crazy thing, right? A lot of times, like I said, when I have an athlete that'll quit on me post-show, it's an absolute blindside. It's like watching Survivor, folks. I'm like, well, are you kidding? What? We just did this. Everything was great. All we have is, great success, hype the whole way up. Everything went well. Even the show went well. And then, okay, get a message. Hey, I'm canceling my stuff tomorrow. See you later. Whoa. If we ever maybe talked about it, if we had gone over it, like, hey, what's going through your mind? Let me talk to you, right? But by that time, you can't undo that. Somebody made a decision, and they made that in silence on their own without communication. Well, at some part of that, you didn't respect your coach then. You didn't respect the work that they've done for you. You didn't respect that journey together, right? Like if you had a good coach and they were invested with you and they were in the journey with you and they were working with you, like I tell my athletes, I'm ride or fucking die for you and your goals. That's what I say. Your goals are my goals. I'm ride for it. Let's go. Let's make them happen. I treat your goals with the same intensity. So when you just cut out, that goes to me to say, all right, that's well, then that's a rug pull on me, right? And it happens to a lot of coaches because a lot of coaches approach their clients and how they work that same way. And so, talk to your coach. If you're thinking of those things, you're thinking, I might want to try something different, I want to leave, I want to go talk to your coach first. Talk it out. Figure out what's going on, what's actually happening through your head. Because I swear, a lot of times, if I could have had those conversations, that would have never happened because I could have said, hey, here's what's going on. Here's where you're actually at, everything I've said in this video, right? So, and of course, make sure you have an off-season strategy going into it. Make sure you have a plan built, an idea of what's going to happen, what you're going to focus on, how you're going to do it, and get yourself stable before you ever make any decisions about canceling on your coach or anything else. You don't want to do it in the height of the moments, in the panics and the emotions and the stuff that happens post-stage, which happens to everybody. The difference in the successful and the ones that are not is going to be how you approach that improvement season, that off season, those moments post-show. You could have had the best, cleanest prep ever. You could have stayed on every single macro. You could have stayed on every single cardio, every single lift, never missed a rep. And you can ruin all of that in the 5 days post-show, okay? So get yourself stable, wait and think and strategize and talk to your coach, folks. That's what it takes. And, I'm making this video today for the athletes out there so that you understand this, what's going to happen to you. I'm also making for all my fellow coaches that watch my channel and learn. I know what you're going through. I know what you feel. I know we all know. And I'm going to see comments after comments from coaches talking about that too, I'm sure. But a lot of coaches are also afraid to talk about this. I'm not. I want to be here. I want to be real. I want to talk to my athletes. I want to talk to my people, my audience out here, my coaches out here watching. I want you all to have the real facts about this sport and the things that, people face every day that nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to do. I'm here to bring that real to you. And I want to, remind you, champions are built after the show. Emotional decisions, they kill the entire freaking thing. You got to be smarter. You got to be smarter than that. You got to know there's a plan. You got to know there's something to execute on, and you got to do it when you have a stable, level head. And I've never, in all this time, I've been coaching almost 15 years now, competitors. I have never seen a very stable, level-headed post-comp athlete because no matter where they go, you're going somewhere different. It ain't the same as prep. It ain't the same. Everybody has some type of a freak out. It could be a positive freak out, could be a negative freak out, could be a this, could be an overanalysis of that. No matter what, I promise you, the first 20 minutes post-stage, the first 48 hours post-stage, the first 7 freaking days, 2 weeks, you're still adjusting. So give yourself a little bit of respect, give yourself some process, trust that process, do that work, and you're going to come out on top every time. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching.